match today?
Yeah, except for the first half of the first set. I think the first game they were all over us actually. They made every return, they were making every play, deep returns. They were coming in, putting us under a lot of pressure. I think we did well to hold. Did we hold that first game? Yeah, we eventually held that first game. It was key to get that solid start. And then they were stayed on us, you know. They got the break, and then we saved a couple break points there, or one or two at 2-4, and that was really key just to hang in that first set, stay 3-4 and stay close. And then, yeah, Nico, he faltered a little bit, couple doubles, and we had two good returns to get the break back. And then from there, it was game on. And then the rest of that first set was super important. Obviously, at the end of that set, Nico was... So yeah, he had a couple issues, whatever. But then he still held a good game. He played well to get to 6-all, and tie break, anything could happen. The tie break was really good. We didn't really put a foot wrong. We made lots and lots of really good returns, lots of good serves, good volleys. That first set tie break, I think, was really the key. And then yeah, we kept up the momentum, and we took our chances to get the breaks early in that second. It's always nice to get up that break, a double break, and yeah, from then maybe once you're up a double break, but yeah, that first set, especially in the start, they were all over us. So it was good to hold strong and give ourselves that chance and hang in there for that first set and then turn it around and get that first set was key.
Ro, you've got the age record now.
Oh, do I?
Passing Nestor.
Okay.
Don't tell him
Oh,
yet.
wow.
Tell him after one more match. After one more win.
No, so I'm guessing for the making the final.
Yeah, well, yes.
Yeah. So Nestor's, I just broke his record in Indian Wells, and he sent me a nice, kind message. Not really, but yeah. I'm really happy to be back. In the final. I think the way we've been playing this whole year. I think pretty much sums it up. We were close at Wimbledon, getting there, playing a good match in the semis, unfortunately not going through. But today I think we stayed with them because we knew we were obviously against a strong team. But like Matt said, we played some good points to not to go down double break, and that was really key. Especially when a team like that can serve big and return always. Puts a lot of pressure on our serves as well, and I think after that we were a better team today, and really happy to have got that win.
What were the conditions like today? How was it?
Definitely humid and hot. I think
super humid.
For this summer, I think the last 2 days, 2 or 3 days has been the hottest for Toronto, Cincinnati, and coming into here. I think for sure. These combined with the heat, the humidity also is extremely high. I think that has been a little bit tricky. And today going into the match, they had covered the roof about 70%. So it was different. The conditions are different. Going in there, you don't know because it was completely half shade, half sun, especially after a couple of games. While you're serving, the sun was right in the middle, and and there was not much air coming along, so that I think I think we all felt it. I'm someone who has played all over the world, especially coming from India, where we have some cities which are extremely humid, and I don't sweat. And today I was sweating a lot. I mean, for a person who has played in Chennai, played long 5-set singles matches and not even changed a t-shirt, today I was actually sweating way more than normal. And so definitely the conditions were different, but then we were prepared for the last few days and making sure we recovered well, a lot of hydration, and that that makes a difference going into these matches.
The roof half closed, is that worse, or is that
It was strange. It was strange.
It's tricky because
it was weird, and then they didn't tell us until we're walking out for the match. They said, "Oh, we forgot to tell you, the roof's going to be half closed." We said, "Oh, thanks for telling us," But that one side particularly that Rohan served in the first set, because the roof was only a little bit open, when you looked up, all you could see was the sun because it was closed, and right in the middle, the gap was the sun rocking right at you. So. He did well to serve. They hit one overhead up, and I couldn't see at all. I looked up and straight into it. It was blinded. So that was difficult. And then I think with the roof closed, maybe it it's not that beaming sun on you, but the humidity is more when the roof is closed. All the people in there breathing and all that air stuck inside like that, was super humid and sweaty. I had the towel on I don't think I've ever had a towel in doubles for serving.
In the changeover.
Yeah, on the changeover on the side, and
side,
to keep my hands dry. Change shirts, wristbands, super humid. So, but like you said, we were prepared and ready for it. So, we know what to expect.
Is the final tomorrow? You all said on court that it's
It is tomorrow, 12 o'clock.
Okay, so can you talk about both teams and?
I think going into first Raj and Joe, I think they've always done well in these conditions. I think last 2 years they have won the title here back to back. And they're going into the semis today. So obviously they love conditions playing here in New York, and so they're surely one of the teams going to be tough to play against. Though we've played, I think. Not together as a team, but separately, we've played them a bunch of times. And Dodik and Krajek again have had a fantastic season, this year. I think last time we played them was in the final in Rotterdam.
12-10.
We had match points on that match. So, so it's going to be, I think, a very good final. No matter who, gets into that final, it's going to be a match. We have to play our best tennis to win that, and after all, it is a final. I mean, you're going to have teams obviously playing well to have got to that stage, and and we're looking forward, to the match tomorrow.
Rohan, what do you think? This is about the age. You've got the record, obviously. What does a record like this mean to you?
I mean, right now I'm just focused on playing the match tomorrow. I mean, I was not at all thinking about being holding that record of being the oldest to be in the final or not. I don't think as an athlete you're looking at that. The idea is to just go out there and play and do well. I think once these records keep happening, it's fantastic to be part of it and have that along the journey. If you had a successful long journey playing at a high level, it is quite possible to do that. And today, yes, when Craig mentioned that I'm holding the record, it's fantastic. It's a great feeling. But like I said, I have not thought about it in any way that I'm strictly focused on playing the final.
So the grey on the beard, is that a reflection on the number of years of playing at this level?
He died.
That's the experience.
That's
the experience. I mean, if the grey wasn't there, I don't think I would be holding that record at all. So I'm learning from all the people who have grey before me.
As if I haven't got enough.
Yeah, it's just all the good experience you bring in.
Matt, sorry.
Just reflect on being in another major final.
Yeah, it's like Bob said, last slam at Wimbledon, we were close to almost being there. We were in the semis, playing on the big courts, the big matches. Obviously wanted to try and defend or re-win Wimbledon, let's say. And it was only last year where we was able to win Wimbledon, different partner, but that's okay. And I think 18 months ago, 2 years ago, we were in the quarterfinals here against Joe and Raj. We lost 6 in the third. We had some match points too. So getting comfortable and familiar with the back end of these tournaments. And like we said on the court, great, we won today, and tomorrow is the one we want. But, it's why we're here. We want to play the big matches and win them and win the big titles. And we've done great so far to get through this far, and it's going to be tough again tomorrow. And that's why we're here. I want to win the slams. I want to get to number one. I want to go for it. So we're doing great. We're working hard. We're doing all the right things, executing well, and tomorrow it's going to be no different.
When you all came together as a team 8 months ago, were there any rules that you all set? Anything that you all sat down and said, we're going to tell each other this, or were there anything like that, or?
Not really. Just we'll talk a bit about the schedule and then growing week by week and communicating. Yeah.
I think the only thing we said that we will obviously compete and play well at the big events, and the goal is to make the year-end Masters. I think that is something we spoke about to see whether I was going to be committed to play a full season. I think that was the number one thing, and I told Matt, yes, I was absolutely committed to do that, and I think from then on, we just started, learning what each other's strengths are and how we can build on that. And I think we still are, constantly learning and building. And, I think a few weeks when my body has, kind of told me that, okay, this is the week I maybe need some rest to prepare for a big event. I've spoken to Matt and, told him, this is what is needed. And it has definitely helped in a way. I mean, the idea was to focus on doing well at the big Master Series, the Grand Slams. At the end of the day, that's what we're here to do well and play well at.
Matt, does it give you?
What is it you feel is the number one aspect as to why you're gelling?
I think the number one thing has to be our mental strength on the court. The ability to keep calm under pressure and, play the big points well. I think that has been the number one key as a team. No matter what the situation is, we're always there fighting and, we push each other on the court there. And I think that's what, is the biggest key aspect.
Matt,
It's going to just have to be the last question. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can I?
Last question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Matt, his longevity, Rohan's longevity, does it give you, whatever, a plan, a dream, an idea of playing?
Inspiration?
He's a young buck.
Inspiration? It definitely does. It definitely does. I thought, towards the end of my singles career, now I have another doubles career for another 5 years, but then that means I'm only then 40, 41. So he's pushing more. So the sky's the limit. But no, I'm even learning from Bob's, like the longevity thing. There's something to be learned in that. And I think the way he approaches the season, life in general, the thoughts, of course, we're serious, we go for everything. But he finds a good balance, I think. And he's happy at the end of the day when he's finished training or physio or whatever to go and switch off, have some fun, put the mind elsewhere, go home, have a rest, put your mind elsewhere, not take life too seriously, not take things too seriously, not take yourself too seriously. And I think that's key in the balance. It's a difficult sport. Our schedule is 11 months of the year. There's hundreds of flights and matches and everything, and physical, mental, everything. So finding that balance is key, and I think that's wearing off on me. I've gotten better in the last few years with that balance, I think. Hopefully can keep improving.